Happy Monday, everyone. We're going to be working on Rule 13 this week. So let's go ahead and get this started. So what is Rule 13? Well, Rule 13 is that possessive nouns need an apostrophe. Now, this is half of what Rule 13 is. We'll talk about the other half tomorrow. But today, it's solely just this. Possessive nouns need an apostrophe. Now, we need to remember what are possessive nouns. Well, one, nouns are a person, a place, or a thing. Possessive, that means that it shows ownership. It's mine, or it's that person's. It's what they own or what they have. So, for example, if you need to make a singular noun show ownership, so that means it's possessive, you have to add an apostrophe and S. So, singular means there's only one of it, right? The noun that we're talking about, there's only one of. So the first one at the bottom says the cat's bell. Well, we know it's only one cat, and it's their bell. So we need to show that the bell belongs to the cat. So we'll add apostrophe S, which is in white. The same goes for the next one. The cowboy's hat. Well, there's only one cowboy, and we need to show that the hat belongs to the cowboy. So at the end of cowboy, we'll add apostrophe S. Now this last one is James's bike. Now, I know it looks a little weird because there's two S's, but even though James ends in S, you're still going to add apostrophe S because we're only talking about one James. There's not multiple James, there's just one. Now, when we're talking about several people owning the same possession, they share an object or they share a possession, you are still going to add apostrophe S, but you're only going to do it to the last noun. So, for example, on the left, it says Mary, Sue, and Bill's family. Now, that means Mary, Sue, and Bill, they're all in the same family. They share the same family. We would not say Mary's, Sue's, and Bill's family because that would make it sound like three different families. Mary's family, and then Sue has a family, and Bill has a family. No, we're saying they all share a family, so we're going to put it on the last noun right before the possession. So we put it on Bill's. Here's another one. Frederick and Marta's home. Well, we know Frederick and Marta share the same home. So at the very last noun that comes before the possession, then you'll add that apostrophe S. If you put apostrophe S on Frederick and Marta, that would mean that Frederick has a separate home and Marta has a separate home. They don't share one. Okay. Now, if you're going to make a plural noun possessive and that noun ends in S, you add an apostrophe. That's it. You don't add apostrophe S, only an apostrophe. So, for example, we have the boys' team. Now, I'm not talking about one boy. I'm talking about multiple boys. So, all of these boys have this one team. So, since that's a plural and it ends in S, I'm only going to put that apostrophe at the end. That's it. No extra S's, just that apostrophe. The same goes for the soldiers' camp. Well, there's multiple soldiers, so I'm going to write the word soldiers, plural, and then I'm going to put that apostrophe at the end to show that they own the camp. The last one is the puppy's leashes. Well, puppies ends in S when it's in the plural form. So all I'm going to do is add that apostrophe. That's all. Now, if you're looking at a plural noun that does not end in S, then you still have to add apostrophe S. So for this one, it says the men's jackets. Well, men is plural, but that does not end in S. So we have to add apostrophe S to show that these men own these jackets. That there's multiple men, there's multiple jackets. The children's toys. Well, children is plural, but it does not end in S. So I'm going to add apostrophe S to show that these toys belong to these children. Last one says the mice's holes. Well, mice, we know that's plural, but again, it does not end in S. So we have to add apostrophe S. If we only put an apostrophe, that would not make any sense. You have to put apostrophe S. So for an easier chart to look at, singular nouns, if you're only talking about one noun, so one cat, one dog, one soldier, one boy, you're always going to add apostrophe S. So it should look like this one, apostrophe S at the end. Plural nouns are the ones where you have to ask a question. Well, does your plural noun end in an S? Well, if it does, then you only add the apostrophe. That's all. But if it ends in anything other than an S, then you add apostrophe S. So you'll want to either have the screen pulled up, take a picture of it, so you can complete your Google form for today. It will be extremely helpful for you. So come over here. This is what your Google form will look like. On here, you're going to mark the word in parentheses, or make the word in parentheses possessive. So remember, possessive, that means you're showing possession. That thing is mine, whatever we're talking about, someone owns it. We're showing ownership. So the sentence is, we spent our summer vacation at our grandparents' farm. So here, I'm making grandparents possessive. They're owning the farm, right? And then in these brackets, we give you a little more information to help you better understand what we mean. So in this case, grandparents would be one grandma and one grandpa. So you'll have to think about, how do I make this possessive? Because they own the farm. And I'll come down here and choose which one. The same goes down here. The sun's rays shone on the surface of the lake. Well, over here in brackets, I have one sun. There's not multiple suns. There's only one sun. So how do I make suns possessive? Because they are the ones, that's the rays of that sun, right? Okay, so there's about 5 of these. You'll go through, do that. If you have any questions, you can hop on the Google Meet. Otherwise, have a great Monday.